Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're making confit tomatoes. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. Alright, and this is what we need for today. Now obviously we need tomatoes, and these are lovely little cherry tomatoes. You need a cast iron skillet, you need some good olive oil, you need a clove of garlic, a little bit of salt, a little bit of Italian herbs, and if you have, use some fresh thyme. It really brings out the flavor. Now in the first step, what you want to do is you want to take your tomatoes and just simply, cut them in half, and you just place them in the skillet facing with the cutting edge up, or the cutting side up. Because we are going to cover them now in a second in all these herbs and spices, and then we're going to cover them in olive oil, and so we obviously want all of that lovely flavor to get into those tomatoes, so that's why you're going to face them upwards. Alright, I'm going to finish this off, and I'm going to show you what to do next. All done. So in the next step we're going to take 1 teaspoon of Italian herbs. I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of salt. Now this is herb salt as well. Obviously, it's nice to add all these salty bits to it. Then I took about 3 or 4 twigs of the thyme. So just throw that in there as well for good measure. And then we're going to take care of our garlic. Now the word confit comes from the French confier, and confier basically means to cure or to make durable, so to speak, in terms of food. So obviously you want something that is edible even after a couple of days. So obviously it was developed back in the days when fridges, etc. weren't that common, but it's just a nice thing to do. Now in terms of eating later on, they're obviously best when they come hot off the barbecue, simply because of the flavor. Now also don't throw away the olive oil that they were cooking in, because that obviously has a lot of flavor as well. So yeah, you can use that to season your salad or any other things with it. Alright, so let's quickly take care of the garlic. Chop it up. You don't have to go overly fine on it, just a little bit, because obviously we want that to release all these lovely flavors as well. All done. So in with the rest of the seasoning, give that a little bit of a once over with our spoon, so that everything mixes nicely. Just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle it right over our little cherry tomatoes. Right, the barbecue sits at about 100 degrees Celsius. We're going to put the tomatoes in the indirect zone, and now we're going to cover them in lovely olive oil, as I said before. Really make sure they're nicely covered all the way around. And then they're going to cook in this for about 2 hours. Right guys, 120 minutes later at 90 degrees. Now just to let you know, obviously you can do this in the oven as well. Makes no difference whether you do it on the barbecue or in the oven. The important part is, you have to cover it in oil, so it kind of cooks in its own juices. So what we're going to do now is I've disinfected a little jar, so I'm definitely going to keep some of these tomatoes in the fridge. Now if you leave them covered in the oil, they will last a couple of days. Obviously not overly long, but just for a couple of days. Other than that, you can serve them up when you have a party with a little bit of cream cheese on a baguette with a leaf, like a basil leaf on top, maybe some extra thyme, it's really up to you, but it's absolutely lovely. And the smell, guys, in this house is absolutely amazing. So yeah, I would really recommend that you give it a try. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video about the confit tomatoes. Now I'm gonna serve them up with a little bit of mozzarella. I think that always works well. And another shout out to another set of in-laws for this lovely apron. So thank you very much. Greetings go out to Doha. Yeah. Well, if you did enjoy the video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. And please head over to that subscribe button for more great videos to come. And I hope to see you soon again at Toby's BBQ Corner.